Hello and welcome to another Astor Interview with me, Mark Goldfinch, at Deal Community Radio. My guest this time is Silvia Lees. Hi Silvia.
Hi Mark.
Could you explain to the listeners what you do at the Astor Theatre?
Well, we're hoping to start some very exciting Spanish courses for people who are interested. And we're hopefully offering 3 different levels. So for beginners and intermediate and advanced. Something for everyone, we hope.
Oh, that's brilliant. How did you get into teaching Spanish? What's your background?
Well, I've always been interested in languages. I was born in Central America originally, and obviously Spanish is my first language. And I moved to America when I was quite young, and learned English, and just started learning languages. Just love languages, and went on to do a degree in languages.
Oh, so you've got a degree in modern languages?
Yes.
So Spanish, English, and
French, Spanish, and Italian. Yeah.
French, Spanish, Italian, and English. Oh, that's very multilingual.
Yeah.
So Spanish is a beautiful language,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously there are lots of different types of Spanish and lots of different
Absolutely.
dialects. There's
Yes.
Castilian and obviously the South American, Central American, lots of different accents.
Yeah.
So are you attuned to the accents at all?
Well, absolutely. I try to cater to people who would like to learn to speak like they do in Spain, because obviously that's not my normal accent, if you will. So I do teach both ways, because I also feel that if they go to Latin America, in some places perhaps they wouldn't be able to understand the other accents so readily. So I do absolutely emphasize to say this is the way they'll say it in Spain, this is the way they say it in the rest of the world, and do it that way around. So people are aware, and then they can make a choice.
So you get 2 for the price of 1.
Well, you do, yes.
So you get the proper, the Castilian Spanish European accent.
Yes.
And then you get the American accents.
That's right, yeah, that's right.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think I might sign up, actually. What do you hope the students will gain from your Spanish courses by the time they finish?
Well, I really hope, for example, say if we take a beginner's class, there are lots of people who go to Spain a lot for holiday because obviously they love the weather. And I was hoping that they would take away just a basic knowledge, greetings, and just to be able to function, say, in a hotel or to go to market and be able to ask for things themselves and to walk away feeling like, yes, I've done it. I was able to do it myself. Yeah.
But you're actually offering 3 levels, up to 3 levels.
Yes. Well, there are people. I'm also hoping to offer, intermediate and advanced. There are people who study Spanish for work. There are people who would like to retire to Spain. And in fact, I know of people who are planning to buy a house out there or already own a house out there. I've had some callers already inquiring about the courses here. And they own a house there already, a couple of people, and they don't speak the language yet. So I think, for them it would be really good if they're not retiring for another 5 years, let's say, to just sort of, build it up and put in the time and the effort. So when they get out there, then they're not completely lost, so that they're able to function in the language to some degree, hopefully.
Well, that's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
How many weeks do your Spanish courses actually last?
Well, it's, as I said, at the moment we're starting out, so we're sort of playing it by ear, basically. But I was hoping to work term time. And it depends if you come back and after the break you're still on the same level. That's okay. Everybody works at a different pace, and everybody wants something different out of the course. We are, as I said, just basically seeing how it goes and how many people are interested and things like this.
Okay, so I'm Mark Goldfinch, and I'm talking to Silvia Lees, who's the tutor for Spanish courses running at the Astor Theatre in Deal, starting this month. So how can people get in touch with you if they want to book on one of your Spanish courses, Silvia?
Well, the best thing to do, I would say, is to get in touch with the Astor Theatre, and then we take it from there. And then we get in touch. I'll get in touch with you and hopefully get things moving.
Okay, brilliant. Are there any taster sessions for people who are maybe not as attuned with languages as they might be, or they've had no experience in learning another language? Mm-hmm. Is there a taster session, or can people just turn up for one session and see how they like it, see who's on the course, and then stay? Come to the next sessions. Yes,
well, definitely, I would say come along for the first session. No obligations, just to come and see how you get on, and we'll see what happens. I'm also hoping to. I've had words with the director of the Astor, and he has said that basically we'll be able to use the internet in the classroom, which is very exciting. because obviously with the internet we have so many resources. So we'd be able to listen and perhaps listen to the news and watch the news and talk about it. Obviously it depends on which level we're talking about. I was also hoping to perhaps talk about cooking and recipes. The more advanced, perhaps intermediate onto the advanced, when we're talking about the imperative tense, for example, when you tell someone what to do. You know, you chop up the onion and you cook it and you do this and you do that. So it's an exciting opportunity, I think, to make the language come alive. You walk away with your recipe, hopefully do it at home, and let us know how you get on. So, Spanish culture.
Well, this sounds really, really interesting. So I'm trying to get my head around this. You're offering quite a lot, really.
Yes,
hoping
to, yes.
Yeah, you're offering quite a lot during these courses.
Yeah.
So it's not just one, but it's two accents.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the European and the American types of Spanish, or accents of Spanish. You have lots and lots of resources because there's Wi-Fi at the Astor, so you can use the internet resources.
Yeah.
So you've got possibly cookery, households, lots of things lots of normal things that you can do with in Spanish that you can actually give people confidence, that they can actually go to Spain or go to a Central or South American country and actually communicate to people.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, that's really good.
Well, that's the aim. That's what we're hoping for, anyway. Yes.
Which country in Central America did you originally come from before you went to the United States?
I was born in El Salvador.
Okay.
Yes, and I moved to New York when I was 11 years old.
That must have been quite a transformation.
It was a real culture shock, and I believe that's possibly where my love of languages started. It was I didn't speak any English at all.
When you were 11 and you were in New York, and all of a sudden you had to learn English.
Yes, it wasn't easy, but it had to be done. And as I said, I enjoy languages, and so from then, when I learned English, I was given the option of choosing another language. I was given the choices of German, French, and Spanish, and I just didn't really want to carry on with Spanish. I wanted to learn something different, and it would have been advanced Spanish for Spanish speakers, but I chose to study French, and then carried on with French, and then started Italian university. I've also studied Portuguese and German and Japanese and a bit of Russian. So I've dabbled with a lot of languages, so they really are my passion, I would say.
Oh, I love that. That's really, really, what an interesting journey. But actually, do you think the culture... I'm going to ask you a silly question now.
Go on.
So do you think the culture shock between El Salvador and New York City is almost as great as between New York City and Deal?
Wow. Yes, it's actually, it was quite a culture shock because even though obviously both nations speak the same language, they are at the same time divided by the language.
As Winston Churchill said, yes.
They are, because it's people call different things, one thing with different names, and it is, you do take a while to get used to the regionalisms, the way people speak. I mean, obviously here in England you have all the variations of language as well. People in the north, I still struggle to understand some accents. Perhaps in Scotland, I really have to concentrate really hard to understand them.
There's always more to learn.
Yes.
So sometimes people can come to a language course and they might struggle a little bit. How would you what would you say to somebody in that position?
Well, I would say just to try their best and to just give it a go, because unless you do it, unless you attempt it, you're never going to improve. And when you go to Spain, just take that chance and just say good morning to somebody in Spain, and you will get a big smile back, and it will be so rewarding to be able to communicate in a second language or in a language that isn't your first language.
So if anybody's hesitating about coming to your courses because they think it might be intimidating, what would you say to them?
Well, I would say it's very relaxed. We're not here it's not to sit an exam or anything. It's just for people to enjoy themselves and to be able to learn another language. And as I said, with some people would like to move out there. So basically they want to be able to communicate. So it's in their best interest, really, to come along, have fun, hopefully make some friends, and we'll have a blast, hopefully.
Thank you so much, Silvia, for this interview. Hopefully people will be inspired to sign up and learn Spanish and come to the Astor to learn Spanish over the next few months. So I've been talking to Silvia Lees, who runs the Spanish courses here at the Astor Theatre in Deal. For more information on this course and all the other activities at the Astor Theatre, please have a look at the website www.theastor.org or phone 370220, or just call into the Astor Theatre box office. Thanks for listening, and I hope you'll join me for the next Astor Interview on Deal Community Radio.